Hey everyone, it's Erin with Hail Varsity, joined by Brady, also of Hail Varsity. It would not be a video if I did not say it like that, but we are happy that you are here on the Hail Varsity YouTube channel listening to us talk about another Husker football practice. We got post-practice availability with Coach Matt Rhule, tight ends coach Bob Wager, Nate Borkacher, so more tight end, but also stepping away from the tight ends, but we heard from Miles Farmer and John Bullock, who is a linebacker turned safety, or at least giving it a go.
Yeah.
So a lot to get into. Brady, I always ask you, what was your big takeaway? But what was your big takeaway today?
Well, Matt Rhule kind of said that the quarterbacks had a good day today in practice, but the defense overall probably won the day. And he's encouraged by win the day. And some days the offense wins, some days the defense seems to kind of win a little bit more. And he's encouraged by that, as I think all the coaches are, that it's not one-sided. They like how each team is kind of building. Rhule kind of talks about how the winning that happens, the ultimate winning that they want to do in the fall is...
Sorry, I'm just buzzwords.
No,
I'm just making buzzwords. Don't worry about it. Just ignore it.
Yeah, it's like those little games that the word pops up and you got to type it in as it comes out. The winning happens now. And this was the easiest day of spring ball that they're going to have going forward. They are taking Saturday off to have Easter weekend and everything like that. I mean, they'll still have workouts. They'll still be back in workouts on Monday doing weightlifting and everything like that. But Saturday, no practice in order to allow players to go home, see family, or do whatever they want to do for Easter observation.
Side note, if you're wondering the face I just made, it was not Brady or anything he said. We're standing in front of a big window and it's very good people watching, and there's somebody who drove by with a very, very loud motorcycle situation, so please continue.
Okay. Moving on.
No, I mean, that was actually, when I was listening to Matt Rhule, one of the things that he kept talking about is, the intentionality. Yeah. And I thought that was really, again, it just keeps going back to everything we've been saying so far, is the intentionality, doing things very, very, the one quote that stood out to me, and in fact I wrote it down, was, you can't do your job until you know your job. Yeah. And he wasn't implying, until you know what position you're playing. He's talking about until you know all of the ins and outs and details of your role, you do not know what you're doing. You do not know what your job is. And so that was going back into the intentionality and the attention to detail. So again, that stood out to me, and it's now a quote that I feel like I'm going to remember for a while, because it felt like it really summarized, for me at least.
Yeah, that's one thing Rhule talked about. They don't know exactly how much, there's no homework assignment for the weekend while they're over for Easter observation and everything, but he does kind of expect them to be studying the playbook a little bit more. I mean, they want that retention there. I know Tony White and Marcus Satterfield, both coordinators, said that they really want to throw everything that they can out there as soon as possible, because it's easier to dial back later than it is to instill, kind of going throughout the spring. So they're really trying to take it easy. I asked about early enrollees and how they're taking it, and Matt, to be honest, was kind of you know what? This is the first time I've really noticed where I can't differentiate early enrollees. A lot of the walk-ons you can't differentiate.
He did say some of the walk-ons, maybe your scholarship players should have scholarships. So that definitely stood out when I heard that.
And he said a couple of the walk-ons, a couple of the new early enrollees are taking reps with the ones, which puts a cap on this. They are practicing 1v1s, not 1v2s or anything like that. It is iron sharpens iron right now. They're putting the best against the best right now to see how that all shakes out.
I mean, it's the time to do it, and that was really, if you're it's the time to do it, because we keep saying that, we sound like broken records. Spring is truly the time to try different things, put people in situations, and, John Bullock, like we said, he's currently being tried at safety versus linebacker, and we see people in the gray jerseys, and it's entirely intended to, see if somebody maybe is better fit here than there, and so this is the time to do that. I want to say this because some of you have asked this question on this YouTube channel, and you were talking about early enrollees, and before I forget this, some of you have noticed that Malachi Coleman is standing on the sidelines watching practices, and you're asking what's going on. He is not an early enrollee. He chose to stay in high school for the spring semester so he could participate in track, and that was a decision he made. But that said, he's pretty much been at every single practice watching and observing. But if you are somebody who's wait a second, I thought, is there something wrong? Nothing is wrong. He's just not an early enrollee, and I wanted to remember that before I said it.
Yeah, Jalen Lloyd, he's been to a couple practices as well. Same case, sticking it out in high school, doing another year of track or another season of track before joining the team in the summer.
We know how much they like track. We did hear, like I said, Matt Rhule was pretty much at one station today, and then we heard from Bob Wager and then the three players at the other station. And again, it just was like a lot of like, I don't think it's a bad thing, but they're all on the same page. It was a lot of the same like intentionality, working through working through the details, making sure they understand 110%. Are you looking at that pigeon?
I was.
Yeah. This video today, it is a Thursday that feels like a Friday, and we are all just like completely like just not checked out, just very distracted.
It's senioritis today.
Yes, it's senior. The weather is nice. The weather is getting nicer. I will say, if you are looking for anything like Brady mentioned, if you're looking at anything, there will not be any practice on Saturday. They're taking the weekend off for Easter weekend, giving them a chance to head home. They are expected to be in class on Friday, but I really liked this. He gave a little insight, Matt Rhule did, into what they do on Thursdays. They do like team kind of like bonding, team building nights, if you will, but it is also a chance for them to invite their families, girlfriends, significant others, whatever the case is. They can have them at this like team bonding thing. Tonight they're doing
home run derby at Bowlin Stadium.
And for the record, Matt Rhule said if cell phones didn't exist, he would make it his personal goal to hit every single one of them. But because of cell phones, he's like, that would be an immediate fire. Yeah. You can watch that quote. Like, I'm not like, it was actually pretty funny. He was pretty entertaining on that. But we do have the full videos from both Matt Rhule and then everybody else mentioned here on our YouTube channel. Brady will have an update at hailvarsity.com. Drake Keeler, Jacob Padilla, Jolie Peel is the one who's making sure that you have all of these videos. I'm just here to do this video.
Yeah.
That's it. That's the only reason I'm here. But we do appreciate you as always for watching. There's never enough time to get to everything, so be sure to check out all of our other videos. As for us, you will see us next week. We will not be back for practice until Tuesday. We'll have open availability once again.
Yep.
And we're about 2 weeks out from the spring game.
Yeah.
Weather is looking nice. Are you going to be there? Frank Soliges.
Yep.
All right. What else is there to say?
I don't know. This one's going to be a chopped and screwed video for sure. Just a lot of
edits. It is. By the time you watch
edits.
this video, there will have been a lot of edits, but I will not be editing the pigeon part out. So we will talk to you later. Make sure you give us a hard time for how distracted we are. But look, that's the joy of YouTube, right?
Yeah, that's the point.
The serious stuff is at hailvarsity.com, but here on YouTube we get a little wild. We'll talk to you later.
Crazy.